me who could be against me. I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4's getting switched. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in the trenches. It's no different.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Hey, cross here.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Well, this defense for the Ravens, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa rolling to his left. And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Charles, a little bit of feast feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
To try again after the sack. Tua. And he's going to go down again. David Ojabo, what a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that is caught. Touchdown. Long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Comfortable, a good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the got to feel great for them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now it's Tua. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown, Dolphins! Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Here's Hill on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here we go, set. Hey, cross field.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. There he goes left side. 20, 10, 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
No, we changed it.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Report.
Now it's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
At halftime, in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Oh. You are X. Hey.
From the 39, Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. For their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Right. Right.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua steps away. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jason Sanders to kick off
now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Hill to return it. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Complete to Jalen Waddle. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And it's caught. Tompkins. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Isabella now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Looking here for Smith downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Jackson, option right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go play action now. Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard
line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Steal. Check steal.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Odafe Oweh collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Tua. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. The first carry for Samaje Perine. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Wilson's got it complete. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, here's Tua. This is caught, and he will take it in. Front offense touchdown. A great effort.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the icing, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the Porsche. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top, and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. R&B all over my roster. I got options, I keep it right on the dresser. Next to the Oscar, applying pressure. Somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just can't